Today we're going to talk about headlight restoration. Headlight restoration is one of our newer services that we've been offering. When we talk about restoring the headlight, what we're actually talking about is over time these plastic or polycarbonate headlights will develop kind of a yellowing or a drying out of the plastic. If they're not properly taken care of, they will yellow, they kind of get this haze over them, which can be dangerous at night trying to drive around in the dark because that haze can actually block a lot of the light coming out of your headlights. So this service that we provide will actually remove all of that ugly fading. It'll remove all of that oxidation, get your lights back to crystal clear again and help you see at night. The first step when doing a headlight restoration is we actually tape off the light just to protect the bumper and protect the hood. When we're sanding these headlights, keeps us from damaging the paint. Once we've got the headlight all taped off, we begin the sanding process. A lot of these processes, sometimes people get leery about doing headlight restoration because they don't feel that it works. Some of them have tried these as seen on TV solutions that send you this special chemical that is supposed to remove the oxidation, and it works temporarily. The problem is they're more cosmetic. They might be able to cover up the oxidation and make them look clear, but the only real way to solve this problem is to actually sand the oxidized part off and get back down to some good plastic. Depending on how severe the oxidation is, depends on where we start with this process. We use various grits of sandpaper from anywhere from 1,000 on up to 3,000 grit. Typically an average headlight will begin with 1,500, maybe 2,000. We'll start there. You know, it might be a little more, a little less, depending on how severe the process is, but we start off with just spraying a little bit of lubricant on the light, a little bit of lubricant on our sandpaper, and we sand in one direction. And as we do this, you'll start to notice kind of a white, milky film coming off of the light. Basically what that is all of the excuse me, oxidized part of the headlight being sanded off. Once we feel pretty confident that we've got most of the oxidation removed, then we'll move on to a finer grit sandpaper and continue the process. Once we're done with the second grit of sandpaper, you'll notice some of the clarity is starting to come back to the light. Now that this step is done, the last few steps are simply using a little bit of rubbing compound all the little fine scratches out, polish it, and then we're ready to go. So again, we use a little bit of lubricant on the light, use a little bit of lubricant on our pad. We start to do a little bit of compound. Now that that's done, we move on to the last step, which is the polishing step. This will remove any of those tiny little microscopic scratches that the compound may have left behind. after a quick wipe down to remove any of the remaining product or any tape residue, the light is all set and ready to go.